I played only like half.
They're kind of waiting for that crazy version.
At this precise moment in time, I am questioning this idea.
And people say, you know what? We all make mistakes. Let it back in.
Chino and Reno.
Rehearsal was a fucking disaster. When Charlie stepped in shit, he was like, ah, it was me, I did it.
Wow. There it was. Chino in Reno. You gonna play the rest of that later, Steve?
I am.
Ah, there we go. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Morning Mike's on a Monday. Oh my God, flying home from Reno. Jesus, I know turbulence has never accounted for one accident, plane accident, but you don't believe it, right? It's a statistic you need to tell yourself over and over again. But when your plane is being hurled around in the desert wind like it does in Reno, oh my, is the scariest airport I've ever flown out of. That plane being hurled around in the sky. I think I left my seat, hit my head on the top of right up by the little air, the AC valve. Holy shit. Oh, what's going on in the sky? Oh my God, the air traffic controllers. There's so much to talk about. Good morning, my darlings, and good morning. Steve is across the room here. He's in-house because we have such a busy day. We are doing an exclusive interview with Cheryl Hines today. She's not done any interviews anywhere else. Wait, what?
Yeah, that's right, Billy. Nowhere else, Bill.
Literally,
Nowhere.
she did Megyn Kelly's husband, who has a podcast before. That's not entirely fair. Good morning, Dina. We insisted upon taking her in person. So we kind of put ourselves later because she did all of her East Coast stuff first. And now Cheryl Hines is coming in face to face. I read her book in its entirety. We can talk about some of that in a little bit. So that'll be awesome. Good morning there, Lisa. Yay, here we go. I'm down like domino. I got the funk flow to make your drawers drop slow. Morning from Cape Cod. Prayers for Jamaica. Oh, God. Many great experiences in Jamaica. Oh, God, so much fun we've had there. Oh, my God. Hurricane blowing everywhere. Happy Monday, pineapplers. Hello there. The Trogger is in the house, everybody. Oh, good morning, Billy and Steve. There's Rena. Rena from Reno. Yeah, we got to talk about Chino in Reno a little bit. That was wild. Oh God, Steve, beautiful day here in Brooklyn, New York. Oh my God, the fall on the East Coast is just nothing better. The PN Dub in the house. Deanne loves her beautiful life up there.
It's her birthday.
Oh, happy birthday today, Deanne. Huh? Happy birthday to you. Congratulations. Another year, another lap around the sun. Medford, Long Island. It's cold. I bet it is out there. Well, you get the whipping winds, off the Atlantic and the Long Island Sound. Little known fact, my dad was in a barbershop quartet for 25 years, 30 years, called the Long Island Sound. Oh, yeah. My daughter works in the spa. Oh, shoot. She gave Charlie the facial. Jay Rivet right there. Hey, girl. Charlie did say he got, and I noticed she must have worked overtime to get whatever was in Charlie's face out of it. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, the Grand Sierra Resort. I had the in-room massage. Charlie went down to the spa for 3 hours. Instead of partying these days, he's doing extensive spa sessions. Charlie also, so yeah, if you didn't know, I spent the weekend in Reno, Nevada at the Grand Sierra Resort doing on-stage work. We did an evening kind of a show with Charlie Sheen. I guess I'm the moderator, the bus driver, and he was, and we did it all about Charlie's wild life. And it was like outside the actor's studio. And it was wild in that room. Casino work, I'm going to tell you, is tough because there are dudes in tank tops with tattoos who are shit-faced, and all they want to do is scream, winning, tiger blood, all that. So you've got that crowd, which we handled pretty good on the fly. Charlie was good with them. I was pretty good with them. And then you've got, your diehard fans and the people who just, are Shinophiles. And, but it was really, it worked out great. It's a lot of fun. We're on to Palm Springs this weekend, the Morongo Casino, to do that. So if you're out there, did you have a good time? Yeah. When we got there on Friday, the Miss USA pageant was happening in that hotel, which I hosted for 4 years. 4 times I did Miss USA, 4 times I did Miss Universe for NBC back in the day. They don't do it on a network anymore. They do it on some kind of streaming channel called Queen Beauty Network or something. But the whole pageant was there. Miss Nebraska won. It was pretty wild. Yeah, the casino circuit. It's what it's just you never get past the beautiful smell of cigarettes just all over the lobby. Your clothes end up having a certain tint to them, right? When you've spent 48 hours in a casino, kind of like going to Benihana, you just get baked in there. I love Charlie Sheen. Charlie is good. He's such a good guy. I'll say this about Charlie. So I arrived to the JSX FBO in Burbank, and we get on the, JSX is now flying. It's flying. They have so many routes, but they have a direct flight to Reno. So I get there. Charlie is negotiating with the woman at the check-in counter. He's like, well, how much does it weigh? And I'm just kind of observing him, standing behind him. And he's got this massive suitcase. I'm like, is he going for longer than me? Like, I thought we were just going for 48 hours. And Charlie's haggling with this woman. And not haggling. He's such a gentleman. He's so nice. And finally, I come up behind him and I'm like, don't move, buddy. And I said, what the hell is in your bag? He says, yeah, I travel with my infrared sleeve. I say, what? He's like, it's like a sleeping bag, and it's infrared. And I have a little suit that I wear, and I get into it. And basically, instead of, people are always looking for ways to work out without actually lacing up sneakers and working out. That's Charlie. He's trying to cut the corners, and he lays in this bag zipped up with has infrared heat coming in for 45 minutes every morning. It's 47 pounds. It makes it onto the plane. And then he does this interesting, Charlie Sheen, when we land, he takes a video of the landing, and then he puts his thumb up in front of the video screen. I didn't say anything until later. And I said, what's up with making a video of landing in Reno? And he goes, whenever I land, I send a video to Emilio, his older brother, Emilio Estevez, and let him know that I'm alive. And I'm so, okay. He goes, and then he can share it with the rest of the family. I'm like, bit of a nervous flyer. Yeah. We watched the World Series 2 nights in a row. We watched Friday night's unbelievable blowout, the Dodgers getting spanked. And then we watched them rebound the next day. Charlie called it. He said the Dodgers are going to win this. So we took a bet at the betting window that the Dodgers would win, and then took the win, then made a parlay with it into the Patriots winning, covering their spread by 7, which of course they did yesterday. The Patriots are 6-2. They're unbelievable. This quarterback, Drake May, is the top of the NFL. He's incredible. And so a huge parlay bet was won.
Ooh.
Gotta like that, huh? Yeah. My husband and I stopped at,
A casino.
a casino. Yeah. By the way, are playing the slot machines the same as hitting the tables? I don't think so. I watched the first episode of Black Rabbit last night, and it opens up with Jason Bateman playing the slot machines trying to get free drinks. Now, you got to play the tables for that. Billy, did you read Charlie's book? I sure did. Well, no, I did the audio book. I listened to Charlie reading the book to me. And it's just, wow, so many. It's amazing the man is alive. Let's say that. But I'll tell you what, one thing about Charlie, he's so nice. He's so polite to everybody that comes in, contact with him. There's no ego. He's not an asshole in any way. I mean, from the makeup people to the valets to the, hotel staff to the people that come up and ask for, selfies and things. He's as nice and sweet as he could be. Billy, I finally saw your calves looking so good. Oh, did you see me in the hotel in the Grand Sierra? And was I walking around in shorts? Oh, I did wear shorts one day when I went down to the newsstand. Yes, walking around. You saw the calves. You didn't come up and say, "Hello, sir. What incredible calves you have." I'm a morning micer. What's going on? So anyway, that was fun. Let's just roll a little more of that. Roll a little more of that sheen. I'll give you a little more of that sheen, and then we'll drift away.
People are always they're kind of waiting for that crazy version.
At this precise moment in time, I am questioning this idea.
And people say, you know what? We all make mistakes. Let him back in.
Chino and Reno.
Rehearsal was a fucking disaster. When Charlie stepped in shit, he was like, it was me, I did it.
Charlie Sheen alive on stage, moderated by the Bushmen.
We actually have the underwear right here.
They have everything you need backstage.
What are you expecting out of this tonight?
I don't know.
There's two elephants.
This is the worst time. This is akin to like right before you walk out on Letterman or Leno.
I'm sort of, the driver. See what happens.
How many people saw the time? We couldn't remember any of the lines we already don't know.
We're doing Reno.
Big stage here. Look at the size of this place.
A bunch of guys on bicycles with tight shorts. I said, I thought it was only on TV, but it was real.
Charlie wave.
Chino in Reno riding in on the push.
Can you imagine as like a 7-year-old?
Say it again, Charlie fucking Sheen.
Tell us your full name, young man.
Charlie fucking Sheen.
It's a great title. Alive on stage. Anyway, yeah, I got it. By the way, so many people have come up to me and said, I saw, listening to you and watching you on Bill Maher. I loved it. Yeah, it's an interesting session with Bill Maher. He just rips a giant joint and you talk for, I imitated Regis. Yeah, I drop it. He liked it too. He liked my Regis. And Regis, the key to Regis is burying it in the nose, up in here. He has a little bit of that sound. Joy, what he's yelling. Billy Bush, boom. What about this new couple of Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau, the former Prime Minister of Canada? Look at this sexy couple. Let's take a look at that screen. Look at them, huh, Trudeau? Woo! They made their first public appearance. They were in Paris walking out of the Crazy Horse Cabaret Club right there. Her 41st birthday. It's so funny when I'm reading this article and they find these, a source says. And I don't know if this is like a bad translation or people actually talk like this, but they say, the source says he likes her personality and they are two people who really enjoy chatting about different topics. And they click very well so far as they're going to see each other again very soon. Wow. Boy, if this is like a press secretary, you need one like Caroline Levitt. She speaks a little more to the point and a little more. Wait to hear what she has said. Look at this. Look at these photos of it. This is from earlier in the month. The sex has definitely begun. There's no good. This is on her yacht off the coast of Santa Barbara earlier in the month. So they're fully on. Don't give me this crap that they're sort of combing around each other. The source continues. He is feeling that talking to her and getting to know her is very refreshing, like a breath of fresh air in his life. He was happy to connect with her so well and that she appreciates him being a normal, respectful person who was very understanding of her recent separation from Orlando Bloom. This is the shittiest source I've ever heard. This person knows nothing. But the shots of them on the yacht together are unbelievable. So I always wonder, like, who's leaving whom to go to what? Oh yeah, they're fully. Does he have a tattoo on his upper left shoulder? Look at that, Trudeau. He's 54 years old. He's exactly my age. He's sort of handsome. You think he dyes his hair? I got a couple of buddies who still have no gray hair whatsoever, and I think it's got to be like perfectly treated or something. So I'm like, we know that she's married, she was married to Orlando Bloom, but he was married for like 18 years to the former First Lady, Sophie Gregoire. Interesting. She's giving me Rachel Ray meets Kathleen Turner vibes. Yeah. So I looked her up, and basically to me, I think she's just another, Instagram therapist, of which there are a million. Steve, let's get a little of where he came from. She's kind of funny. Look, she's good.
This was left in my hair. Okay, whoops. I know this feels like a joke, but it's not. Okay.
Kathleen Turner, right?
The whole emotional load in your relationship, the feeling, the healing, the scheduling. You're teaching your partner that they don't have to show up because you're carrying everything. And I don't know, and in some ways we know why we do it, because control can feel safer than intimacy.
Yeah. Okay. Control feels safer than intimacy. These things pop up on my Instagram feed like it. I get hit with them like asteroids. It's unbelievable. Would I date Katy Perry? I don't know. I have never talked to her. I could instantly have answered that with a no way, not for me. It would be difficult with the big entourage and the whole thing. I don't. A really famous person like that would not work for me. I think at this point. I think. But then again, you don't know. That conversation that when you're in each other's orbit, there's either a right away or there's not. I believe in that, right? I believe that right away there's something that grabs you or it doesn't. Lisa says that Justin Trudeau dyes the hair. Oh, God, do I? Yeah, I have a friend, McG, big guy that he's a very big man. And he and I love to send each other photos of a dye job that we have caught. I'll never forget when John Roberts, who works on Fox News Channel, one day it was, gray as can be, Blake Carrington gray. And then the next morning, like, boom, was not a gentle migration. It was jet brown, like deep auburn. Whoa. I don't understand when guys do that.
Billy, I got one that got me this weekend. I was watching Bill Maher. Arnold Schwarzenegger was on Bill Maher.
Oh, his dye jobs are brutal.
The top, but not here. And it was crazy. And all I looked at the whole show was his hair. And for the 10 minutes he was on.
Was it like rusty red? And
yes, but it was off, but it was gray here and then dark and red here. And it was very evident.
Oh, God. It's just horrendous. Good morning, Jennifer. Good morning to you, my love. So I think Katy Perry, I think that's sort of, kind of exciting for her to be dating a former prime minister. A current prime minister would be even better. She'd get some like Evita, vibes going. Texas has to change its clocks. Hey, Missy Motormouth, how you doing, baby? I wonder, is morning Mike's is this the right time of day? Just wondering if this is the right time of day. It's but early out here. Steve and I are up at 5:30 in the morning. It's 7 a.m. we get rolling. Maybe it's an evening thing, evening mics. I don't know. Maybe it's like a 5 o'clock thing. I don't know. Kind of bantering that around.
Wait.
I wouldn't, if I don't have to get up at 5 a.m., in my life.
Billy, you know what you're doing? I know what you're doing right now.
Conditioning.
the Trump thing. I know exactly what you're doing.
I'm conditioning like Donald Trump. That's what he says. Yeah, I might pardon George Santos. I don't know. I don't even know what he did. I haven't spoken to him. I haven't looked at it. I don't know. I mean, who knows? Maybe. Then people go, oh, he's going to pardon Santos, and they get it out. And then he waits till it's dead. And then he does it. Can't imagine Billy with someone, what?
Oh, let's say.
Like I went to outer space, Katie. Oh, yeah. Oh, they rode that, the relationship survived her astronauting. And, but it's so interesting when you see a celebrity or someone like doing something and they think it's going so well in the moment. And you're like, no, this is going to be brutal. You have no idea. You're kissing the ground. You're like, oh my God. And you have your makeup done. And you're like, and Lauren Sanchez has the spacesuit zipped up to where her boobs are like pushed up. It's almost like lampooning the work of an astronaut. And you're like, this is not this. There's going to be such a blowback on this. But right now you're just like, you don't see it. You're just in it. You're all up in it. And then it does. Oh boy. Here's Kathy. Mornings, like the old Regis show, helps me get up and get going in the morning. Good morning. Last night, Joy and I went to Circo. We had dinner. We showed up and there was Bruno. And Bruno Bruno's the greatest. He always finds a table for us. And I said, there's Bruno. Bruno, can you seat Joy and I? Absolutely. Immediately, Mr. Philbin. Immediately. I'll never forget his stories about Bruno, the little maitre d' at Circo. I had dinner with Reg there and he took me. And at that point, I became friends with Bruno and I would always pull the Regis card when I needed a table there. I wonder how Joy Philbin is doing, Regis's wife. That's interesting. I should reach out to her.
Billy, we should have her on.
Yeah. We should have Joy Philbin on Little Morning Mics. That's a good idea. And was there ever a better, morning television host than Regis? And anyone who filled in for Regis Philbin after that or followed Regis Philbin, it's like neural pathways. You know what I mean? He tamped down this idea that you could turn on a television camera and tell a story about what you did the night before, and it would be compelling. No one after him was able to do that. No one successfully could tell a story like Regis Philbin after it. None of the fill-in hosts, and there have been 3 since him. And it's just a fact. And he told me once, he said, the key is I never practice. I don't go and I tell, practice out my story of what I did last night or how I'm going to start the show. I don't tell, Gelman or one of the other producers. He goes, because then you waste it. You lose the impact. You always save for the first telling. I thought, wow, that's just awesome. What a professional. Did you ask Charlie to be on your show? Yeah. Well, one thing we're doing, Steve and the guys from Howie Mandel's Wonderland, where we tape Hot Mics.
Wonderland.
They're all coming out. We're going to the Morongo Casino Saturday night in Palm Springs, and we're going to record the whole thing. So that will be an episode of Hot Mics. We're gonna film and record that evening, and you will see what it takes to handle a wild casino crowd. And I'll tell you what, I had the feeling that maybe Palm Springs will be a little more mellow than Reno, Nevada, as far as like the drunk guys in tank tops. But I don't think so. I think wherever you go, there is the winning Tiger Blood crowd. And so you got to handle them while while we deal with, we did a lot of questions from the audience. That's fun. You kind of go around Phil Donahue style. And, what we didn't realize when we were doing questions in the audience, that the stage lights are so bright and they come up from the floor that you can't see the audience. So the whole time you're doing this, we have to figure out how there's a couple things we need to figure out. But anyway, if you're in the LA area, come on out. You saw the Wahlburgers at Morongo? I thought that was a burger joint.
Burger joint.
Did they do a show called the Wahlburgers? Oh my God, the shit people do. World Series tonight, Game 3. What do we think? We're in Los Angeles, right? It's going to be. Is it tonight? It is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Bill.
3 days in a row.
Yep.
Oh,
And then, sorry, no one can hear me. And then Friday, Halloween. That's the big one. Everyone's up in the air about. They're going to be, if they go to Friday, it will be in LA on Halloween night.
yeah, I don't go out on Halloween.
Yeah.
I mean, right? I mean,
Yeah,
my kids go to college parties and they go to, they go and party with their friends. So that's mean, Sue. Canadian Sue calls him turd. Oh, you turned around the U and the R. Would you ever come to the Mohegan Sun or Foxwoods? I have been there many times. I used to live in Connecticut a bit, at Killingworth, Connecticut. I grew up in Killingworth, Connecticut, New York, but on the weekends we had a little weekend house to get out of the city, since my parents were so worried about us growing up in the city on the weekends, getting into a lot of trouble. Yeah, so I've been up to Foxwoods. What else? I've been part of a bunch of different events there. Yeah. Oh my God. Get a Bob Ross wig for Hot Mike's Halloween. Oh man. How about the Bob Ross wig and the Zaddy shorts? And that's it.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
And you just answer the door while parents scream. No, I'm not doing that. What do we think? We think the Giants. Do we think that the Dodgers peeling after that first game? I thought, holy crap, the Dodgers are dead. Like they're in a lot of trouble. And then they just bounced right back. It's beautiful. Yamamoto is an amazing pitcher. Amazing pitcher, what he did. So I think you think there's any way they roll them right here, 3 straight? I do.
I do too.
I think they could. And they'll definitely win 2 out of 3. And they got to peel 1 off back, But this is it. I mean, then they got to win another one back in Toronto. I think I don't think they win all 3 here. Maybe they do. Steelers lost to Green Bay. I know. Watching that last night, weren't you like, come on, Rodgers? I don't know why I pull for Aaron Rodgers so much. I kind of always pull for a quarterback, like when you return to your old team, right? Like when Micah Parsons with Green Bay back to Dallas, I was pulling for him. You like it when they let you go. They didn't respect the contract. They didn't pay you what get back in there and show them. The most awful thing from yesterday's football. Well, thank you, Joy. Very aware of that. Very, very aware of that. Everybody's in love with Cam Scatterbo from the New York Giants. He's the most popular guy in the city. I mean, he went to New York Knicks opening night and he's wearing his Knicks jersey and the crowd goes wild. Everybody's in love with Cam Scatterbo. Look at even respect from when Philadelphia fans are, applauding, then you got a real personality on your hands. And Philadelphia fans are. One of the owners of the Giants told me, you go to Philadelphia and you drive down to the game, which of course you do because it's so close. He's like, they'll key your car if they see a New York license plate. That's how wild and animalistic these fans are. But Cam Scatterbo, I mean, that injury, oh my God, there he is being carted off. His ankle, he dislocated his ankle. His ankle was like at a right angle. He's done. I mean, he's obviously done for the year. And I don't know what the fear I have with Cam Scatterbo is like, is he a 10-year running back? Is he a, kind of an institution, or is he a moment? I don't know. Because he runs he's a wild man the way he runs. He doesn't run to preserve a long-term career. You know what I mean? I'm concerned about that. But the Giants suck. I mean, they just suck. And it's sad because this is my born and raised, team. I love them. And obviously the drumbeat is getting louder for the firing of head coach Brian Daboll and the general manager Joe Schoen. Both of them got contract extensions by the Giants organization. And, people were kind of scratching their heads. Why? And then we showed a little bit of life. We beat the freaking LA Chargers, who are good. We beat the Eagles, who are good. Then we turn around and get pounded by the Eagles. And I don't see us winning many more games. The team is injured. Our defensive backs, old ladies with walkers can burn these guys. Brian Daboll, they call the quarterback whisperer. He was always known to have an amazing relationship with the quarterback. Yeah? Then why does Danny Jones leave the New York Giants and go to the Indianapolis Colts and become a major contender immediately for MVP of the NFL? Let me ask that question. If you're the quarterback whisperer, why is this guy playing the best football of his life as soon as he leaves you? Brian Daboll's clock management is the worst. That collapse against Denver, you're winning by 19 points with 6 minutes and you lose. You can't manage the clock there. Look at the timeouts they burn through. Dart is still getting his act together, so they don't have the timing right. So he's calling timeouts like, how many do we have left? You don't get a whole, pile of them.
Billy, you're leaving out last year's getting rid of Saquon. You're leaving that whole thing out.
Well, that's Joe Schoen. Mostly the general manager is saying, he's not worth $12 million, $13 million. He's not worth that. He's too old. I'm sorry. At 27? He's too old at 27? Oh my God. Like, do you tell your wife, you know what? We can't be, you're too old. I need to go get a new, you're 30, you're 36 now, honey. I got to go get a new, come on, man. Anyway.
Bill, I left this comment up here. Oh, oh no, there it is. Yeah. Maynards are Pats fans. Now, if you talk about moving to Maine a lot, could you become a Pats fan? Could you be a Giants?
Well, my brother was I talked to my brother, who's running for governor of Maine, spoke to him for a long time yesterday while he was watching the Pats game. They got a lot to be excited about. Mainers love the Pats. They love the Sox. They love that's the best thing about the New England Patriots. They got 6 states, right? 6 states they have. They're like a regional football team. All their sports. And Pats fans are diehard. They're wicked diehard. I've always, and look, I used to love the Pats when I was, back in the day when I was a Pats fan for a little while, only when, because I was such a Parcells fan. And when Parcells left New York and went to New England, I kind of went with him because I was, I bowed at the altar of Bill Parcells. And so we got to see the rise of Tom Brady. Did you see that funny video that it's pretty good? Gronkowski's out on the field with Drake May. And he's like, Tom, I got a new quarterback. We all love this guy. He's the best ever for New England, the Patriots quarterback. He shined in Tom Brady's. He was trolling Tom Brady. Tom Brady's like, if I had that guy's footwork, man, I could have had a career. And he is, he's such a nice kid, Drake May, on top of the whole NFL. I can't believe this. Boy, does Parcells, doesn't Belichick look like such a nad right now?
It's bad.
Bill Belichick, the only thing that can make a terrible UNC football program and you getting trolled all day long with your 24-year-old girlfriend, the only thing that can ease the pain of that or make it a little easier is if New England continues to suck in your absence. And they have got life like you have never seen. Vrabel is an amazing coach. They love awesome. There's our buddy Matt Baxt, who used to produce with me. We love Matt Baxt. We call him Mo Berg. He has his Matt Baxt has he was By the way, you want to hear something crazy? I know we're not supposed to talk about the past,
Oh, I know where you're
but
going.
the producer on the Access Hollywood bus,
Uh-huh.
remember the bus? It was Matt. Matt was with me. Matt was the field producer. He was on the bus. Sorry, Matt. Matt's like, no, don't do that. No. It's okay, Matt. It's so long ago. In fact, it was his idea. I'm gonna say he was telling Trump. He was telling Trump everything what to say.
Since you brought it up. Oh God. I love Matt.
He goes, gotta go.
I gotta go. I love Matt.
Matt. There it is. Come back. I'll never say it again. I just needed to contextualize.
I love Matt Bax so much.
He's the best
such
guy.
a good guy.
He's the best guy. Now, very creative guy. Mo Berg. Oh my God. Okay, so the executive, I got a great story about Matt Bax. And folks, the executive producer of Access Hollywood forever, Steve and I and Matt, the three of us worked with Rob Silverstein. He was doing Hot Mics with us, helped us launch Hot Mics in the beginning, got us off the ground. And we all love him, and he's the best. But Matt used to write the show at Access Hollywood. He would go in and write the show. So he would come in early, and he would sit across the room from Rob Silverstein. And so they were always, together. And they would be often alone for hours. And Matt does the most incredible thing. Rob tells him a story. He's like, yeah, I'm not going to, I had to go to the bathroom so bad one time. He's like, Matt, the other day, I'm just whipping down the highway. I get off, I go to a CVS. I can't find a bathroom anywhere. So I find a corner of the parking lot. I just go to the bathroom there in in the woods, right next to the car. And he's like, sorry, but it wasn't a leak. Okay. And Matt's like, oh my God, dude. And he's like, emergencies, it's like, yeah, I know. Right. We've all been in a terrible position. That's just life. Oh, Matt says it was a Target. Okay, it wasn't a CVS. It was a Target parking lot. So he tells Matt this. Matt later goes to Gmail and creates a Gmail account that says targetsecurity@gmail.com, that any other, normal person in the world would be like, a Gmail account? You don't have a Target account for your head of security? And he writes an email, Dear Mr. Silverstein, we have checked our video cameras, our security cameras have revealed to us that in the corner of the parking lot on Thursday afternoon at this particular time, you are seen going to the bathroom in our parking lot. This is indecent exposure. This is whatever. He writes this whole thing and sends it to Rob, and we're going to report this and the whole thing. And Rob sees this and goes, oh no, Matt, you know what I told you earlier about the bathroom? Oh my God, the security people, they haven't, oh shit, they're going to give it to the police. It's going to be in the press. I'm ruined. I'm done. And he starts melting down. And Matt's just, he's giggling. He can't hold it back. He's like, did you fucking do that, you asshole? Oh, God. Matt Bax, everybody. Matt Bax, just a tremendously cagey guy with a great sense of humor. Oh, he literally jumped out of his chair, says the great Matt Bax. Oh, I just love it. Who's dressing up for Halloween? Is anyone going to a party or anything? Steve, are you taking the kids out? They're older now.
Yeah,
Maddie will go. She's 12 or something.
Maddie's 12. She wants you to know she'll be 13 in 3 weeks. So in her
Every
world.
kid who's 12 is psyched to be. Yeah.
It's just so she'll let you know that if you see her. Yes, we have a big route. West Valley is really good on Halloween. Really good. There's people do the houses.
Oh yeah, where you live. There's isn't there a particular neighborhood?
Uh-huh.
In the Valley. I will say this about the Valley. There's more. If you look at Los Angeles, Luna Park.
Everyone's asking.
If you look at Los Angeles, like Beverly Hills and some of these fancy communities, the Valley is loaded with families. And the family and great, trick-or-treating in neighborhoods that just go crazy, like the Griswolds, and decorate up. Those bears that were here were actually in the most highly trafficked street in my area. So yeah, that we got a problem though. Chocolate. The price
Oh,
of
boy.
chocolate has gone up 10%. I mean, Trump's tariffs, having a little bit of kickback on the Halloween scene. $7 billion is spent on Halloween. And the Mars company is changing their variety packs, and they're all dialing down the actual amount of cacao that they put in these candies. And so they're using different things, like a Butterfinger now has a coated marshmallow coating instead of chocolate. The Kit Kats have a little bit of a cinnamon flavored covering in order to get around the chocolate thing. Holy shit. I mean, that's what this is where people get pissed, right? That, and well, let's be honest, air traffic controllers. That's getting 26th day of the government shutdown. The longest one ever, I think, was Trump's first term, 2019. Didn't that go for like 35 days? So this is 26 so far. And all of a sudden, there's a report today that all these air traffic controllers are getting second jobs and calling in sick and stuff because they got to get paid. They're not getting paid. So listen to this guy, the Sean Duffy, the transportation secretary. Yeah, this guy confuses me. He says, this is wild. The controllers are wearing thin, he said. After the government shut down on October 1st, air traffic controllers considered essential workers, right? So they're told, please keep doing your jobs without pay. Well, how long can someone do that? Some of these guys are, calling in sick. They're absent. Airports have got slow plane traffic. They're canceling flights. There's super, delays everywhere. 3,000 flights were delayed yesterday. Not mine. Reno to LA. Saturday, 22 alerts at airports saying flights would be delayed due to a shortage of workers. Sean Duffy, the transportation secretary, says he wouldn't answer questions directly when asked if it was safe to fly in the U.S. You're not going to answer that question? All he said was, instead of answering it, he just turned it around and made a direct appeal to air traffic controllers. He said, I need my controllers focused on the airspace, not on the finances at home. Are you an idiot? Don't focus on your finances at home. Focus on keeping the airspace safe. Hey, why don't you go to Congress and talk to them, focus them on ending the government shutdown, which is always, like always, a pissing match between two lifelong politicians, career politicians fighting each other. That's what this is, right? If these people had term limits, they'd be much more incentivized to act in the interest of the people and not themselves and their party. How do you say that? I need my controllers focused on the airspace and not on finances at home. It's just so rude. Newark Airport, 82 minutes on average of delay. Guess what's coming, guys? Thanksgiving. That's going to be a shit show if they don't. So I can't imagine a government shutdown making it anywhere near Thanksgiving, because now we're going to have air travel will stop altogether. You're not going to have any air traffic controllers working. But that's what's looming, right? Thanksgiving. That should end everything. So anyway, that's the longest. Yeah. How about the House and Senate? What was that? Well, whatever. They should have term limits, though. I mean, Joe Biden was a senator since he was 29 years old. He never had a job anywhere else. He never signed a paycheck. He never, had to meet payroll. Nancy Pelosi doesn't even know what she's talking about right now. Have you listened to see that tape of her the other day, just trying to get out of here. These old farts, get out of here. Come in, go make a career somewhere. Bring your experience from the real world somewhere. Bring it into your government. You give back, like serving in the military. You do 8 years or whatever it is. You do your best and get the hell out of there. Yeah. Oh, wait.
Oh, that's what I was just gonna
Billy,
put
Trump
up.
is worse than Biden. Stop blue bashing. Let me tell you something, Darcy. And I'm taking off my sweater for this one, babe. You don't think I get comments like that about Trump bashing? You have such thin skin. Everybody has such thin skin. As soon as you point the criticism, I am a dead center person. There are very few of us. And equally, I'm not saying that, only the Democrats really should have term limits. I'm dead center. No one has any skin for criticism. I can criticize Biden just as much as I can criticize Trump, and I do it all the time. Thank you, Joy. How about, but I will say this. I'm constantly surprised by the press secretary, Caroline Leavitt. She is 28 years old. And I'm not saying anything about her substance. You look back, there's Sarah Huckabee and Karine Jean-Pierre keeping it equal. They're hired liars, okay? They're brought in to spin whatever it is. This one, I am stunned. I have a daughter her age, and I love my daughter, but there's no way she could stand up in front of the world on live television at 28 years old with such confidence, poise, and ease with which to spin whatever story she wants. She's wired, and say, I'm deep with that. Some of the things she says and a bit rude and dismissive, and you see the youth come out on certain places, but I mean that's a set of stones that you just don't see. So this exchange happens, and it made me laugh. Trump announces a plan to meet Putin in Budapest. Okay, that since has been scrapped, but when he announced the plan, a Huffington Post journalist, she writes, I text White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt. Does he not see why Ukraine might object to that site? Who suggested Budapest? Her response, your mom did. What? Oh my God. Your mom did. So then I texted Caroline Leavitt. All right. I have her cell phone. And I said, hey, that was not very impressive, to say the least. You know what she said to me? That's what she said. I said, come on. No, she didn't do that. But imagine like your mom. Who says that to a journalist? I mean, this is the world we live in. Kind of like it though. So, yeah, Billy, the one thing that is pissing me off is tearing down portions of the White House. Well, I mean, Barack Obama did it too, except for he used $370 million of the taxpayers' money. Trump is using, Tim Cook's money and the Coinbase, crypto people's money and Steve Witkoff's money. Yeah, it's the White House. What's crazy to me is every president can just decide that what they're gonna do to the place. And it's amazing. It's like, if I may, golf course design, right? You have a nice golf course, and every time a new board of a club is elected, they make their own changes. Like, oh, you know what? I think that tree on the left side of the 8th hole is it's a little intrusive. Let's take it down. Then the next board comes in and they do this and this. Next thing you know, a golf course and its beautiful design is totally ruined. So, I feel like there should be one committee outside of the president. The president should not be worrying for 1 minute about landscape and construction. Of course, he comes from where he comes from. But mostly like one committee to like keep a nice kind of a vibe, right? Guys, I will say this, it's going to be, the Trump ballroom is going to be lavish, right? Gold Corinthian columns and look at that. Yeah. Holy crap, Venetian windows, coffered ceilings, massive chandeliers, gilded like nothing you've ever seen before. Gaudy, maybe? Yeah, a little bit. To the old school elites, it'll be gaudy and tacky for sure. But I think 10 out of 10 will agree on this, okay? Keeping it fair. Don't be so mean to the blue states. It is a masterpiece, that ballroom, compared to the Obama Presidential Library. I'm sorry, I know very little about architecture. I'm Frank Lloyd Wright and I are not. But the Obama, this thing. Nellie Bowles, who I read on the Free Press, married to Barry Weiss, who just sold the Free Press to Paramount Skydance. Nellie Bowles writes TGIF every Friday. It's the funniest column on our news. She says it looks like a North Korean watchtower. People are calling it the Death Star. Put it up, Steve. Sauron's tower in Lord of the Rings. A giant asteroid that fell out of the sky. A Lego set built without instructions. It's an abomination.
That's a good one.
That's you've got the after rendering. Yeah. It's I don't know what that is. But it's in Chicago. Yeah, don't stop blue bashing. That's ugly. Yeah, very ugly. Crazy. We got a busy day today.
Yeah.
We have Cheryl Hines coming in studio in 2 hours. We're going to record that. Are we running that today?
Yeah. Cheryl Hines is going today.
Cheryl's going today. When's Jared Goff?
Tomorrow, our special quarter.
We're going to roll out a special tomorrow, a different one. Jared Goff. We're doing some conversations with quarterbacks on the Mighty Hot Mics, the big show, as I like to say, the big show. We got Jared Goff of the Detroit Lions. Later on this afternoon, we're going to tape with Matthew Stafford. Although I texted Stafford. I don't know if he responded. Let's see. Just confirming. We'll see. But Cheryl Hines coming in studio. I read her book cover to cover. Wow. I have so much I want to talk to her about. Love, loss, and betrayal. Today on Hot Mics with Cheryl Hines. Yes, she's been everywhere else. But remember, most of these journalists, interviewers, don't actually read the book. They don't see every little detail in there. I read it cover to cover, and so it will be good. I like to do that for people when they come in studio, especially, even if you're busy as hell, because just respectful. You know what I mean? So the definitive Cheryl Hines. Mighty hot microphones. Chino. Down. Success. Look at you 50-something-year-old man. Look at you go. Go, girl. Corn pop.